Feeling lost in the maze of CPS? Desperate to get your child back? You're not alone. Countless parents face the heart-wrenching reality of family separation. The legal system can be overwhelming, but there's hope.
Now, here's the key. Okay, that's how you win a 6-month hearing.
Thank you.
If you do all of those things, you're going to blow your social worker's mind, you're going to blow your attorney's mind, and you're going to blow away the judge.
With attorney Vincent W. Davis, a dedicated legal expert with 39 years of experience, committed to helping families like yours. Join his weekly live Q&A on Zoom, where you can ask your burning questions about CPS cases. Get the knowledge and strategies you need to fight for your child's return.
Alrighty, good evening everyone. This is a question and answer session for school, SKOOL, and this is the CPS school.
Are you ready to take control of your family's future? Join our school community for free to access weekly live Q&A sessions, or participate as a one-time guest. Don't let fear hold you back. Take the first step towards reuniting your family. Join us now.
Good morning and welcome to my podcast. I'm Bob Pace, and here we are to fight CPS and hang on to our children. Hang on to our children. You've reached the right spot. This is a live podcast shown all over the world. And I'm so glad to have you in this podcast. I hope you. Now, you may be a little confused because what happened is that my podcast had to be delayed. My attorney, Vincent Davis, needed the slot at 4:30. Excuse me, at 10:30. So my 10 o'clock would have overrun his. So what I didn't want to do was interfere. So I'm having trouble with adjusting my page here. So anyway, I'm on here. It's 11:30 in the afternoon, West Coast time of California. I've been doing this now for over a year. I started in October of 2023. I've done over 800 shows. I've talked to over 700 people, and they've been around the world. I've talked to about 18 countries. I have Bangladesh and India. The Middle East, I had several countries there. Africa, I have 5 countries there. In Europe, I have another 5 countries. And across the pond, I have North America with 3 countries, and then South America with 1, and then across Pacific to New Zealand and Australia. So it's a worldwide academic, the CPS is. And I call the CPS the Child Protection Agency. It's an agency that is government run. It's a part of social services mandated by Congress to protect our children from neglect or abuse. And I'm so glad that you're here because I do want to help you. I'm a family man. I've been, married for over 42 years. I have 6 children, 3 older ones and 3 younger ones. So I have a lot of experience with life skills and also fighting CPS for 15 years. It's sad when they take your children. My children were abducted. They're trafficked into foster care and they're alienated from the family. And there really wasn't a reason. The problem being is that you never knew about CPS and you want to say yes to government agencies. Now, a lot of it is attacking people that are going through troubled time in life or low income. And I had both those issues. Unfortunately, I lost my job in 2010 through no fault of my own. It was a high paying job, and I'd like to be back to working again. But at the same token, I started to get investigated by CPS, me and my wife. And what it was is lay people, my in-laws, my wife's mother, father, 3 sisters and brothers were calling from Ohio to Orange County and saying stories that weren't true about our children, like we weren't taking them to school, we weren't dressing them, we weren't feeding them, we didn't have utilities. And I showed everything. I lived in a private neighborhood, 1 mile from the beach. It was a nice neighborhood. And they each had their own room, their own bathroom, and they went to really excellent schools. At the time, my 3 youngest of the oldest, there was 15. And then they had a 12-year-old girl and a 9-year-old boy. And they're doing well in school. I showed the social workers my grade reports. I showed them my utility bills. I even let them in the house and show you the food in the refrigerator and stuff. Now we have some people that come in and talk. Hello, good morning, and Merry Christmas Eve, Felicia. I'm so glad you're joining me here. And thank you. Thank you. This is Merry Christmas. You guys are my family. I'm glad to see you here. Hi, Kayla Steffens. Keep the fight up. We need more to fight. Yes, we do. Where are you from, Kayla? I'd love to know more about your case. Felicia says, who's cruel? I'm having an emotional day. I have to see my babies since my son's birthday, September 15th. I am so sorry, but they're in your heart and you can think about them and love them and pray to God that this nightmare will be over for you. They're 60 months and 3. They're so young. They need you, Felicia. I know that. I know you haven't seen them. Yay. Hey, hi there, JD from Pennsylvania. Glad to see you here. Glad to see you here and welcome and Merry Christmas Eve. And Felicia, I'm wearing touchscreen compatible gloves. It's cold here in Southern California. Yes, it is cold, Felicia. It really is. Kayla, hi again. Welcome. And I'd like to know where you're from, Kayla. What city or state or country? You're from Rockford, Illinois. Well, warm welcome to you. You've come to the right place. I want to help you, so tell me your case. Felicia, I think about them every minute. I know you do. I think about my children that are missing too at Christmas. I know the feeling. I'll keep praying for all us to never give up. My case is 8 years old. Wow, that's an old case. From Illinois, Rockville, Illinois. Wow. Hey, Bob, I'm here. Hi, Tessa. It's so enjoyable you talking last night. Tessa's from Shasta, California. That's Northern California. And she was on her show, and she's a remarkable person trying to get her child back. It was really hard on her when they took her child. Okay, now, I think I've caught everybody up. I've said hello to everybody. I still have the problem where my screen with you guys at 25%, and I can't seem to see. I keep trying to change it, but it doesn't want to change to 100 or 90 or something. It goes 25 or 500. Well, I'll have to stick there really at 25 and see if I can read them now. Kayla says she's from Rockville, Illinois. I lost my kids to a drug they said was in my son's system, who was born at 21 weeks. He passed away. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I had placentia AB. They said he had drugs in him, and he didn't. Them, they said weed. So I got them back. First of all, just because you have drugs doesn't mean that. Hold on a second. It looks like my camera's kind of blurry. Let me try to clean it up here. Hopefully that's better. Yeah, that looks a lot better. It looks a lot better. Just because you have drugs and you test positive, they could be medication you're on. A lot of the medication drugs will react, and it's not because they're illegal. What you need to do is you need to have your doctor do a drug analysis, and don't use necessarily the doctor at the hospital or the social worker's doctor, because they're crooked. They want you to test positive because they want your child, because they need money. That's the sad part about it. Now, Tessa says, my husband might be able to fix it when we live so far away. Yeah, I know. I appreciate it. It's a setting problem. I don't know. I spent $50 going to Micro Center, and they said that they fixed everything, but my same problem's back. And what it does, I have two problems. One, I can't seem to control when whatever it is. They said they checked for Trojans and viruses, malware. They found nothing. And all they did is they fixed my video driver, which was good. But they didn't do what I asked them to do. So I've got to make another appointment and drive out there. It's expensive. It cost me $28 in gas. So anyway, Kayla says, a year later, I have a long story. They took again because I took someone to the hospital and my kids were home with somebody at the time. I'm sorry. My screen is with their dad at the time. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you going to the hospital and your husband was there, or the dad, the father. That's nothing wrong there. Long story, foster mom is a CSL in my county and is winning in court. Well, that's true. They want to adopt children. There are several people that don't want to do it the right way. To adopt a child, it takes years and it takes a lot of money. Foster care children are easy to adopt. They're not very well trained. And in 6 months, they can be part of the CPS program and thrown into foster parents that do abuse children and their kids bully their children and they are molested. And it's torture. It's everything. Everything your heart can imagine. This all started in June 21st of 2017. Oh my goodness, it's a long time ago. Wow, that's almost 8 years ago. Jeez. Tessa, nice to meet you, Kayla. You need to check out what they gave you during the birth, too. You need to find out. Kayla, Tessa can tell you a lot of things, Kayla. Now, you can do several ways. I need to tell you a couple things to interact on the show here. First, you can text me a message or comment like you're all doing. All I ask you is to please show your first name or city or your county. and then your state. And if you're from a different country, your country. I have 5 ladies from South Africa that call in. And so I have lots of people around the world with CPS, and try to be complete with your case. Further, if you want to be a guest, like Tessa was the other night and a girl from Florida was the other day, to schedule as our guest on the show, please email our show producer, Grace, at vincentwdavis.com. She will take your email, and all you have to do is pick one of my 14 shows. I'm on morning and evening. I'm on at 10 o'clock in the morning Pacific Standard Time, and again at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The only exception is on Saturday and Sunday. I come on at 8 o'clock. Saturday, Vincent Davis, my attorney, has a 10 a.m. question answer session, a Zoom question answer session live. I also have church on Sunday, so I leave at 8. I do my show at 8 and leave at 9 to go to church. So that's the reason why they're in there. Now, there are other days that sometimes I have different times. Like today, I was caught off guard, and my attorney wanted to be on at 10:30. So I moved my show from 10 o'clock to 11:30. And so that's why I'm broadcasting now. And there's my phone number. Anyone can call me, 626-698-0990. I love to hear from you. I love to hear from you. The drug just said that was in my system that wasn't unfounded to after a year. I got to go into the store to get the last stuff to my daughter. The 3 years they were home, they never refused to close my case. It's too long. Wow. If they give your children back, you need to request your case closed. A crime scene investigator held the case open? What crime was being committed? I mean, come on, this is getting ridiculous. Tessa, have you done an appeal? Yes, I've done an appeal, but it's costly, for instance, to have the attorney do it. It's a very lengthy appeal. I had my attorney, Mr. Davis's former wife, prepare an appeal in my case, and it really didn't get very far. Sad to say. The appeal has to be something wrong that you're tried in your case. It can't be the misstatement of facts, or you can't retry your case again. But if the judge did something wrong or the lawyer did something wrong, then you can't appeal that decision. They're about to do their termination of parental rights. You got to be very careful. You don't want that. There's usually a 15-day request to appeal. If you go beyond 15 days, your case will be closed. So I strongly recommend that you have that all laid out and have your attorney file appeal to termination of parental rights, the TPR. Yeah, I know you are, Kayla. I tried pro se too. That's where you do it yourself. But they'll eat you alive in court. One thing's nice, you can speak. When you have an attorney represent you, whether it's a court-appointed attorney, a public defender, or an attorney you paid, they speak for your behalf. You no longer speak in that courtroom to the judge unless your attorney will call you to speak. It's really hard too, because there are times you want to get something across that your attorney may have left off. Also, if you use an court-appointed attorney or public defender, their caseload is 30 or more clients. They're also only schooled in criminal law. You need an attorney that is schooled in dependency law, family and juvenile dependency law. That has to be the area of expertise. So you got to find an attorney that way. Now, all you have to do is find that attorney and ask them two important questions. Question one, are you a dependency juvenile family attorney and who has fought CPS and gotten children back? Question two, after your case is closed, have you ever fought or have you ever done a civil lawsuit against CPS and won money? Because you can sue them. They are suable. But if you find an attorney that can get back your children and sue, then you're sitting on a gold mine. And you need to find two more attorneys. It's very important to get a quote from 3 different attorneys. So with that being said, please text me back. Now, Kayla says, I screenshotted, so I have the email. Good. And you can get on later. That is good. I love to have you talk on my show here. So right now, you guys are talking to Bob Pace. I'm live. This is a live podcast, broadcast around the world. And I'm using YouTube to transmit this podcast. And I'm using the StreamYard application to provide this podcast. So right now we're at an open discussion with questions and answers. And so I'm waiting for the next question or next. Okay. So, Kayla had the last word. I'm waiting for some more other words coming in. Now, this is hard because you're going to find that CPS is very corrupt, not transparent. They don't care about family reunification. You see, the child protection system, I call, is a government agency, a part of social services. And it's mandated by Congress to protect our children, to hide and protect our children, not to use them as pawns in their really corrupt way. It's really sad, but I have to present this in the decent way here because it is your life. It's your life, and you need to fight for it. And I hate to see also, I want to tell you if you want to have 15 minutes with Vincent Davis by being a guest on my podcast, or let me adjust myself because it looks like the screen is not showing my body correctly. All you have to do is be a guest and talk on my podcast or call in. And by calling in, you are on a guest will get a free 15-minute private consultation with Mr. Davis. That way you can talk to him about anything about your case. So he's willing to listen and help you. Okay. We're now into the show. Let me see here. I have to use the real clock here. We're into a show about half an hour, so we have a half an hour late. And Tessa has a question. When should I expect the 15 minutes? You should, because of the holidays. It might be right after Christmas. Let me check, Tessa, and see where they're at with your 15 minutes. Hold on a second here. I'm looking up on my phone here Tessa's 15 minutes. I'm looking up Tessa's French request here. I'm still looking for it, Tessa. I'm still looking for it, Tessa. I can't remember when you sent it. I'm back to December 14th now. Looking for it, Tessa. What is your area code, Tessa? What is your area code? Maybe that would help me find it. I'm still looking for it, Tessa. Let me see if you wrote in your area code, Tessa. Yeah, Tessa, if you put me your area code in, it'd be nice. Excuse me. I'm trying to find. I'm back to December 12th. Tessa, do you know what your area code is? You're on 2 nights ago, so I'm hoping that I can find that out. Hi, KK from Brooklyn, New York. Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays. So glad to hear from you. Okay, 530. Thank you, Tessa. Thank you. That will help me a lot. 530. Five three oh 530 530. You know, I don't really see it here, Tessa. This is weird. So I know you called me. 530 530 530. There's one. Oh, okay. It was Friday. It was this last Friday. I'm going to resend it in again. Yes, it says there. There's your email. There's your phone number, and there's your name, just like I asked. So I'm going to send it again. It was this last Friday. Wow. I don't know why it was missed here, but okay, I've resent it again, Tessa. And again, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Thank you, KK. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. And happy Kwanzaa. Yeah, a lot of people don't forget about Kwanzaa. In fact, Kwanzaa was discovered by a teacher at my college, California State University, Long Beach. No, you don't have to email Grace, Tessa. I've gone ahead. She wants to hear it from me. So I've emailed her right now. So she'll get you on, Tessa. She may have been confused because she put you on as a guest, but I did tell her that she has a 15-minute session with Mr. Davis. So that is in there. Okay, we had a little bit of pause there because, as some of you may be aware, that if you talk to me on the show as a guest or you phone call my phone number, which is on the screen, 626 698 0990. If you call in on the phone or you are a guest, you're entitled to a 15-minute private consultation with Mr. Davis. That's arrangements I made out with him. So you can talk to him about his case, and those 15 minutes can be very valuable. I know there's a lot to talk about in your case, but Vince is good at answering your question and helping you. He's not a clock watcher either. So have your question prepared, and he will help you. He will help you there. But you got to be on my show either as a guest or talk on the phone. Now, there are 5 rules that I have. I'll very quickly go over them. One is you need to get an attorney. Court-appointed attorney will not work. They don't have enough time. They're not trained in dependency law or family or juveniles. And on top of that, they're a criminal attorney, and they have a caseload of 30 or more clients. They only have time for your case. So you need a real attorney. And I suggest you find one out there. Try to get 3 quotes. And Mr. Davis is available to be retained. His number's office is 888-888-6582. And you can call right now to secure Mr. Davis. He'll fight anywhere. He's out of Arcadia, which is south of Los Angeles. He's in LA County. I'm in Orange County. I'm next door. Anyway, he has practiced law in Riverside, San Bernardino County, and LA County. Also, he goes Northern California to Shasta County, Merced area, and so forth. And he also has a case in Oklahoma. He will do other states, but keep in mind that he has airfare and ground transportation as well as a hotel for staying and some food while he's there. Okay, now let's see who else. Okay, I said rule number 1, yeah. Now, rule number 2 is a notebook. You want to organize all your documents, have subject dividers, and have a very important document called a timeline incident log. That's where you log in all the timeline incidents, starting with the oldest first. And you put in on the first line the date, the time, the people involved, the location of the time log. Then the second sentence is you do a 1-sentence summary of your incident. And then the third one is you do a 1-sentence results of the outcome. And you do that there. And you do that for every incident. And you'll soon have lots of incidents. But it's important that you organize your documents and keep all your reports and stuff. Rule 3 is to say no to social workers. Don't let them in your home. Don't answer the door. If you do encounter them outside, try to stand them off, because you can sit there and say, I need to have my attorney present. And so, whether to give it to you or not, it's going to be up to, anyway, you don't get them in the home. And when you meet them outside, you just tell them, I need to speak to my attorney. I'll get back to you. Don't meet them at the office. Meet at McDonald's or Starbucks. It's more public there, and you can talk about a lot of things there. Some places may require a warrant. I know that the one that was called in today and said they're getting a warrant there. But you got to be careful because they will mislead you and put the wrong person on there and the wrong date and time. So be very careful that there's no also there's a part called medical trafficking you got to watch and be careful about. Medical trafficking is where you take your child to the hospital, urgent care, or the emergency room because they're very sick. There are social workers that work there, so you got to be careful of them. Further, if you have a child, you got to be careful because they will test positive sometimes, and they have a social worker there, so you want them not to be in your room. You're allowed to have a child. They have to have a warrant. If they don't have a warrant, then you have to ask them to leave. I've seen too many mothers being falsely accused of drugs in the system, and all they were prescribed drugs. Unless they have a warrant, they're out of the hospital room. Tell them to tell the office staff of the hospital to get that person out of the room. Rule 4 is to search the internet. It's very important with the format of your search question. You start off with the city, comma, the state. Then you put in what you're looking for. And you do that with every city and state. Now, some cities are still working, so the I-9 is still working for you. So search it, and then after the state, you put the word letters CPS, and then it'll bring you a bunch of CPS, and then you can go ahead and ask your question like the handbook on CPS, the judge, or the social worker background. There's a lot that the internet will provide for you. It has a wealth of information. Now I got to check to see if that was good eye, Tessa. That was good eye. Yes, they will use old warrants. They'll use old warrants, Tessa. You got to be careful. They're very notoriously tricky. Okay, sure, I can. Let me put it back up here on the screen too. I can do that. Oh, no, that's not that. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. You want to know about how to search. Okay, you go to the search window like Google. You put in the city, comma, state. If the city is small, like Athens, Georgia, you put Athens, comma, Atlanta, Georgia. Then you put CPS in big letters. That'll bring you a lot of information. Further, you could also type in what you're looking for in CPS, like the handbook, or you're looking for the 388 motion, or the 160 hearing, or you want to know what the ICWA is, the Indian Child Welfare Act. So all you have to do is you can search that for free from home. And lastly, you want to do a folder or a envelope to put all your important documents. That's rule number 5. And try to do that. Try to do that. Now let me go back to the comments and see where I'm left off on the comments. Yeah, I've already did that, Tess. I already searched that. So we have about another 10 more minutes left of the podcast, and I'll have to leave because I got another commitment at 1 o'clock. So, but I will be on tonight at 7 p.m. Christmas Eve. I'll be on there to help you, and hopefully I'll have my computer fixed by then. I don't know. I just don't know. So I just really hope I can. Good. I'm glad that your husband will be able to fix it. So that is really, really, really good. Now, I want to thank you for being with me this past year. It's been really, really great to have you as my family. I just hope that some things I'd say to you will really help you. Really, really help you. It's a hard thing to come on twice a day to repeat something for over a year. My case was really sad. I miss my daughter who's 22. She was stolen from us parents at age 12. The social worker retaliated, and she had committed perjury. We had caught her. Mr. Davis had caught her in a lie, and she wanted to retaliate. So she told our daughter, who's 12 at the time, to divorce your parents, emancipate. At age 12, you can do that in California. I think it's wrong, but so she did. She also changed her name completely. And on top of that, she got a new birth certificate and been formally adopted by a foster care. So she considers those her parents. Now, this is sad that a 12-year-old can't really think of that. The social worker did it. But that's the retaliation that they do. They're very, very corrupt. I mean, all you have to think about is the pink ladies in Arizona that stencil on the front of their T-shirt, parents, where are you? And on the back of the T-shirt, it says, on the front of the T-shirt, it said professional child kidnappers. And on the back, they said, parents, do you know where your children are at? That was an insult to families when they prayed around in Kmart, Walmart, Target, Best Buy, Sears, May Company, wherever they were. It sent a really awful message. They were fired as well as the director, but they are very corrupt. I'm really sad to say that. They're not what they're meant to be. Let me see here. Now, I'm going to take down my phone number because it's no longer able to make a phone call because time's running out. But I want to thank the new person, Kayla from Rockville, Illinois. I want to thank you and wish KK Richardson a Merry, Merry Christmas. It's so nice you dropped by. She has a bad case she's trying to fight too. So I want to thank Tessa. You will get your podcast, your private meeting with Vincent Davis. And I want to thank you, JD, from Pennsylvania. You're from LA County, California. That's right, LA County, California. Thank you, JD, for calling in. And all of you, please join me tonight at 7 p.m. I'll be here for you. And I'll be here Christmas Day morning. So I will not forget you. I'm here and you're part of my family. I love you all. I pray for you. I pray for your kids to be returned. Keep fighting for your kids. Don't give up. Do not give up. You will get your kids back. I'm going to sign off and there'll be a brief message for Vincent Davis. This is Bob Pace signing off.
Feeling lost in the maze of CPS? Desperate to get your child back? You're not alone. Countless parents face the heart-wrenching reality of family separation. The legal system can be overwhelming, but there's hope.
Now, here's the key. Faith, that's how you win a 6-month hearing.
Thank you.
If you do all of those things, you're going to blow your social worker's mind, you're going to blow your attorney's mind, and you're going to blow away the judge.
With attorney Vincent W. Davis, a dedicated legal expert with 39 years of experience, committed to helping families like yours. Join his weekly live Q&A on Zoom, where you can ask your burning questions about CPS cases. Get the knowledge and strategies you need to fight for your child's return.
Alrighty, good evening everyone. This is a question and answer session for school, SKOOL, and this is the CPS school.
Are you ready to take control of your family's future? Join our school community for free to access weekly live Q&A sessions, or participate as a one-time guest. Don't let fear hold you back. Take the first step towards reuniting your family. Join us now.